Random Sports A. 31 cars in the class, 30 laps on the race. First corner is going to be a nightmare and we can already see it. Starting with the GTA 4 Turismo. Okay, it wasn't as much of a nightmare as it could have been. So another one of these random class-specific races. 30 laps, we'll get a different car every lap. All of them from the same class, which is the Sports A class on Project Homecoming, which at the moment has 31 cars. The Sports B class has about 60, so we didn't do that. But yeah, supposedly, everything in Sports A is pretty much on the same pace, apart from the Comet Retro Custom. So if you get a Comet Retro, then well, if you don't get a Comet Retro. Oh, everybody's gonna have one car that they don't get, and if you don't get a Comet Retro, you've been lucky. Everything else, it's pretty much par for the course. So we're gonna see some proper racing because we're gonna have to adapt to different cars on every lap, but we're all going to be on very similar pace. I love the Project Homecoming Rapid GT though, it's so good. It's one of my favourite cars. This is the beauty of Project Homecoming. Things can be balanced, cars are changed and made to be on the same pace, so he's okay. I don't think that was too bad. So all the cars that you're going to see in this class, in this race, there's obviously one car that I'm not going to get, but all the cars that you see, they're all going to be on about the same sort of pace, so you could theoretically race in any of them in a normal race. You could choose anything, whatever suits you the most, and it'll be on the same pace as everything else in the class. Yeah, and before Bruffy says they've nerfed the Pariah. Yeah, on Project Homecoming this Pariah isn't anywhere near as quick as it is on Vanilla. It's actually been made balanced. I think it's just been a case of reducing the engine upgrade value that the Pariah gets. Because it, in Vanilla GTA, gets like 400%, which is insane. Pariah is not that great when it's not upgraded in Vanilla GTA. The Ruston! A Ruston that's on pace. I've always liked the Ruston, it's always been a shame that it's too slow. It doesn't feel very quick as I'm racing it right now, but I think its main benefit is in the corners. A speedy Ruston, yeah. Well, oh wait, I'm in 5th? When did that happen? So yeah, by the end of the race, everyone should have had everything except one car. It's just a limitation of only being able to do a maximum of 30 laps. So there's going to be one car that that everybody doesn't get. But it should be all pretty even, since all the cars are on the same sort of pace as well. Should be all pretty even by the end of the race. And the person who's driven the best will ultimately be the person who wins. Ow! We're also seeing some cars that are in other classes on Vanilla GTA that you would assume, or that should be in different classes, like that Voltic actually in the sports class where it should be. So top 5. Is this 4th? It is 4th. The leader is miles ahead, but this is going okay for the moment. He gets such a huge boost from... Ah! Elegy RH8, the classic. The classic quick boy. So long undefeated. They had to make one of the most overpowered cars we've ever seen in the game to be able to topple this. Thank you for the $5. I'll catch up with the things that happen after the race. So the Ruston's strength must be in the corners because it doesn't have much in the way of straight line speed. Second for life. There it is. "17 seconds behind the leader." Well, I think Neutron's got this 1-1. We're all on about the same sort of pace in the cars, so catching up, it's not like Random All, where he can get a bad car at the end or something and we'll catch up 18 seconds in one lap. It's pretty much done with this one. But we're in a battle for second place, I guess. Second for life. I like these random class-specific races. You get to see all the cars in the Project Homecoming classes. We get to have some balanced races where it should all be equal by the end. It's good. I'm going to keep doing them. Alright, what next? Coquette GSR. Same as what the leader's got. Looks like I mean there's a traffic might become a part of this race. We might end up lapping some people towards the end of the field at some point. We'll have to wait and see as the race goes on. Looks like the leader's getting caught up in some traffic right now. Elegy Retro Custom, wow. Those brakes stopped me quicker than I expected. It's really interesting doing these. Oh, the neon. Oh, I'm going to get absolutely destroyed coming out of this next corner. Elegy Retro Custom's got no straight line speed as well. Or at least on vanilla it doesn't. It's catching up. I'm going to get destroyed coming out of the next corner. Especially if I outbrake myself. We haven't edited this car. Okay, there you go. So it's, yeah. Is there a certain car that's a baseline for what you balance to, or a certain group of cars? Voltic, same car as the leader again. Some of that acceleration. Not quite the same acceleration as what you're going to get from a Neon, mind. For this class, it's basically the old top sports cars like Massacro, Jester, Forza, etc. Yeah. There's so many sports cars that are on that kind of pace, even on vanilla GTA. It's kind of... It's a shame that still isn't the sports cars class. So many cars that you could use in races where you take out the top 4 spots. Even the Voltic in the supercars class, but it's kind of well balanced for that area. Jester! Was it the Jester or the Massacro that came first? This is the Jester race car, but it was the Massacro that got added as DLC before the Jester, right? The Massacro was the first DLC sports car. you can just put the race car liveries on the regular Jester and Massacro. I feel like that's how it always should have been, instead of having a completely separate car, but this was back in the Wild West days of GT Online, back in 2014, when they made these race car versions. I always preferred the Massacro myself over the Jester. The Vaca! For those who were asking where certain supercars were in the previous random supercars video, seeing some of them here. Classes are all mixed up on Project Homecoming because they're all balanced and some cars are in different areas. Having a bit of a lonely race so far. Managed to pull a gap to third place. Gap to the leaders staying pretty consistent. A lonely second at the moment. It's gonna be a bit more spicy when we start catching up to some backmarkers, I think. Coquette. Good old Coquette. I remember when I did my first set of online GT Online car testing videos, and someone argued blind on Reddit, I think, that the Coquette was the fastest car in the game, fastest sports car. Couldn't take that the Elegy was quicker, or the Forza was quicker, or anything like that. It's like, no, I win races in the Coquette, therefore it's the fastest. You all know the classics. Been seen a lot of those over the years. Yeah, the Carbonizaire was the other one. The Carbonizaire was because people looked at all the stats, the in-game stats. Oh, there's the retro custom. Here's my bogey car. The only one that's not on the pace of the others, supposedly. But yeah, the Carbonizaire, everyone looked at the in-game stats, which are just bogus, but they thought they were real. And because the Carbonizaire had the highest in-game stats as an average, everyone just thought that the Carbonizaire was the best. It's actually, that's the reason I started doing testing in the first place, because I saw YouTube videos saying how the Carbonizaire was the best car. And I was like, no, I can't have this. I need to do some proper testing. I can't have these big YouTubers all spreading all this kind of misinformation. Ugh. I lost a lot of time on this lap. And the rest is history indeed. But yeah, it was the Carbonizaire and the Coquette were the two that everyone always used to keep saying. Speaking of the Carbonizaire, were the two that everyone used to keep saying that were the quickest cars in the game. Or sports cars, at least. Supercars, everyone always thought the Adder was. The Adder was never even the highest top speed in the game, because the Z-Type was always a 1 mile per hour quicker than it. Hey, it's fun to reminisce. So, when is everybody else getting their Comet Retro Custom? I lost a lot of time with that car. I'm guessing it just hasn't been balanced yet. I think what it was with the Adder is that it was one of the most expensive cars, or it was the most expensive car you could buy, I think, and people didn't like having spent all that money on a car to be told that it wasn't really all that quick. Especially in my lap time testing, when it came out so far behind the Entity than even the Cheetah. And people didn't like that. People wanted it to be the best in something because they'd spent so much money on it. This was obviously back in the early days, when you didn't really have much money, and 1 million was a hell of a lot. And then to be told that it wasn't even quicker than a Z-Type in terms of top speed. People don't like it. Okay, Leader's got his Comet Retro Custom this lap. There's going to be one lucky person, I know. There'll be one lucky person who doesn't get a Comet. The only car that they don't get is a Comet Retro Custom. I wonder what car it will be that I don't get. And I haven't been taking into account all the cars that I've been getting, so I'm not even going to know. Yeah, it was kind of the Adder was the kind of classic. It's the most expensive, so it has to be the best kind of deal. I'm pretty happy I've been able to keep this second place. After the start and having to work my way through the order, I was never going to be able to catch up to the leader. But second place, I would consider that a pretty good result for this race if I can keep it. Second for life and all that as well. Don't know what. Okay, so it's going to start getting spicy now. I said it would with the back markers. Bit of understeer in this Schlagen GT. Comet SR. Some back markers are moving out the way for the blue flags. Some not so much. I think one thing that makes these kind of races good is because, yeah, you do get some good racing as well, but even a race like this where it's quite lonely for me in second place, you're getting to see a wide variety of cars in the class, and I'm having to adapt to new cars each lap. So hopefully it's still entertaining to some degree. Serrano GT with the wing. With the spoiler popping out the back. Beautiful. The Adder on Project Homecoming has that too. It's what the Adder always needed after the spoiler update made spoilers increase traction. Ooh, Feltzer. I haven't had a Feltzer yet. I wonder if I get a Feltzer. Still got 10 more cars I can get. ES 550. Isn't this a like road going version of the ETR1? Road going ETR1, yeah. Still managing to keep that gap to third place, just not getting in any major incidents. I feel like I've driven not too badly in this race. As far as races go, I've driven a lot worse in the past. There's the Feltzer. I like this track. We don't have to worry about tall cars not being able to make it under the bridge this time. That's why I kind of wanted to do it on this track. Didn't give the track a fair shake out last time when we did random all on it. There's the Comet Retro Custom for third place as well. So the top 3 all had Comet Retro customs. What next? My best lap is a 52.3. I don't even know what I set that in actually. I've not been paying attention. SC1 in the right class as well, sports. The forgotten supercar because it came out with the Pariah. Was it the Comet SR I got my best lap. Thank you, chat, for paying more attention than I have. Oh, what a scumbag! It's a shame we haven't had some more fighting for position during this race. I'm pretty happy. 9F Cabrio. Oh, almost lost it there. Gotta be careful with the 9Fs. Kind of forget. That must be a lot of time. Furora GT. I'm guessing this has been slightly improved because it's normally not on the pace. Doesn't require much to a lot of the cars to bring them on pace. Just a little bit more traction here, a little bit more engine power there. Well, that's brought third place closer to me that last lap. Neutron's just gone. He had extended it by about 10 seconds before I lost even more time with traffic. Super quick. (9R) rear wheel drive 9F. I feel like the 9R handles better than the 9Fs. Like, you would assume rear wheel drive it would be more prone to oversteer, but I really like the balance of the 9R. That wasn't the best though. I'm struggling. It's one of the things, you've got to be able to adapt to the new cars. Every single lap you're getting a new car that you've got to adapt to. And the 9Fs and 9Rs, the 9 series of cars, are all probably the most difficult ones. Spectre Custom. And you're going to get another 3 cars after this on laps 28, 29 and 30. Man, I'm only 2 seconds ahead of third place now. Damn it. Last few laps haven't been the best. Need to pick it back up if I want to keep this second place as the sun sets. Almost getting lapped by the leader. Being untroubled at the front. He's Started about 20 seconds ahead and hasn't looked back. Well, since I got into second, I mean. Super GT. I haven't had a neon, have I? I'm trying to think about the cars that I haven't had. The neon is definitely one of them. I haven't had a Massacro yet, right? I love the Massacro as well. So third and fourth are right behind me on the track, and they're just behind them. There's the regular. I was thinking I hadn't had a 9F. So the last two laps, the last lap is either going to be a Massacro or a neon. And I'm not going to get the other one. I think those are the two cars that I haven't had. My driving has gotten worse throughout the race. I can definitely see this. Alright, last lap. Just managed to stay on the lead lap as well. 2 seconds I've got to third place. It's the neon. So the Massacro, my favourite sports car, is the one that I don't get. That's kind of disappointing. GG Neutron absolutely bossed it in the lead. I'm just trying to hold on to this second place. A silent final lap. Just managed it. Wow, second, third and fourth. All so close together. After 30 laps in different cars. Second, third and fourth all separated by 2 seconds. 3 seconds. That's pretty cool. GG's. That was fun.
He's a scumbag! He's an absolute scumbag!
I am looking forward to doing more of these with different classes.